My name is Jessica Rucker. Being on a plant-based diet, I've been able to accomplish some amazing physical feats. One of them being a 40-minute workout. It's an interval of 15 seconds on and 15 seconds off for 40 straight minutes of doing a snatch, a one-arm snatch, and that's a kettlebell movement. Other things I've done: boxing, jiu-jitsu, sprinting. My plyometric jumps are amazing. I can say that I feel like I can do anything. I work with John Hines at the Monkey Bar Gymnasium. And I can start back with my nutrition story about 13 years ago. Not by choice, I ended up being 112 pounds. And at 5'10", 112 pounds, I was emaciated. When I got out of the situation that put me there, I ate anything and everything under the sun. My typical meal was McDonald's, 2 Big Macs, large fry, chocolate shake, or vanilla, and an apple pie if I had room. That was my typical meal. And then after that it would be Taco Bell. I mean, I was totally fast food. So I got up to 150 pounds, and I met John, and he wanted me to do a body fat test and just to kind of see where I was, and I was 35% body fat. And when he looked at me, since I was 5'10", it kind of spread all over the place, and it didn't look, you know, so bad. But I noticed when I would sit down sometimes that my fat would just want to situate and move itself on its own. That made me incredibly uncomfortable. So, and at 35% body fat, I was basically obese. So I started training with John, and tried many diets to see what would work for me, and started getting closer and closer to plant-based just because I just felt better that way. I did a lot of reading, a lot of research, and I think I kind of turned a corner, I would say, in the past year or so with just completely plant-based, no supplements. And it happened kind of like a kind of a freak thing where I ended up not having a lot of food in my house. I just didn't have a lot of money. But I had, you know, spinach, and I had collards, and I had all these great things. And I said, well, geez, I've got this food, so I'll just cook it up. But I also realized before this that I was over-consuming. I was just over-consuming. I wanted so badly to always have mass, because that 112-pound woman was still in my head, and it was very uncomfortable being there. So I always wanted to make sure I had, you know, body mass on me all the time, so I always overate. And when this situation happened, you know, not having a lot of food in the house was, you know, that's something I had to deal with, but it dropped my consumption down. But I was eating wonderful foods. And I decided to get my body fat tested again because I was performing better. And I'm like, you know, but I feel like I'm you know, losing weight. I'm getting skinny. I'm kind of freaked out about this. Come to find out, I had put on 2 pounds of muscle, which I had been trying to do for so long with over-consuming my protein and just foods in general, and I wasn't gaining any muscle. And then, you know, I go on this little transformation, 2 pounds of muscle in a month, and a 5-pound fat loss. This happened in a month. So I knew that this was the way to go. Supplements are gone. I'm just eating great foods.